Merry meet and welcome to Jupiter's Radiance. I'm Taylor, and today we're going to be going over what I like to call the autumn leaf card spread. I hope you can see it in this image. Let's go ahead and get started. So this card spread is to support when transitioning into a new season of life and releasing what has not been working for you. And so as we're stepping more into that fall energy, we are recognizing the fact that there are certain things that need to be adjusted, as because just as the light is adjusting and we're losing light in the day, we're going to be losing as much motivation to be doing as much during the day too. So it's important for us to recognize kind of what projects or what energies need to put down to rest and focus on the things that need our attention more. Okay, and so with that, we have number 1 here. This is how you currently feel. Number 2 is going to be what you need to release or stop doing. Number 3 is what supports you. This is mainly going to be external and kind of just encouragement, but we always give grace in case it is more internal in us just remembering our confidence. And then 4 is going to be what to focus on instead. So instead of being like, oh, I don't want to give up this thing, I have to stop, a lot of times we need something to shift into. And so this card is going to support that even further. And then we have 5, what you'll gain from this season. And so this is kind of what you're working towards, like remembering essentially what the goal is overall, rather than being focused on a checkpoint towards the goal. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into our collective reading. Okay, card number 1, we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So you currently, it feels like you're wanting to have new connections and to open yourself up more to people. So it is more of an internal change, wanting to be communicated into the external. And it comes across as this has been kind of like the goal that you've been working on for a bit, and that you have some successes, maybe not all the way, and that you've been pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone. And so let's go ahead and just jump further into what you need to release or stop doing. And so luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So this is saying you need to stop relying on your luck only. You have so much more available to you. Let's see exactly what supports you. What is available to you? And it's what do you need to release? And the fact that that's coming up right after the luck, it kind of, honestly, so far this card spread feels like you already know what you need to be doing. You already know kind of the ways that you've been distracting yourself or the excuses that you've been making. A message coming through is the fact that to be more honest about how much effort you've truly been putting into this versus like maybe just stepping a toe outside of your comfort zone, and recognizing a need to release the fear that holds you back on relying on yourself. Because luck is normally a very external thing. Yes, some people are inherently lucky, but it is about receiving support externally in a lucky way. I hope I'm explaining that in a proper fashion. But essentially, like, it's relying on chance more than for you to create your own opportunities and taking personal action yourself. And so let's go ahead and see what to focus on instead. We have bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So this is interesting. For some people here, this is going to be about allowing yourself to be more open-hearted in your relationships in general, and recognizing the fact, kind of, you know, what's interesting, it's kind of saying there needs to be an acceptance of yourself so that others can accept you as well. Because if you aren't accepting yourself, how much can you expect someone else to? And so as you bring more love into the situation rather than luck, you're able to kind of see those emotional changes that you've been desiring, and there's an opening within it. So this is for some people. If this resonates with you, please take it. But when you are moving up the chakras, the heart comes before the throat. So if you're having trouble with the expression, there may sometimes be a blockage within the heart. And heart energy is very much wind. It is meant to be more passing through. And so in that, as you bring more love to the situation and kind of release your expectations and the burdens that you've placed on yourself, kind of take more chances. It's really funny because you're still lucky. That doesn't go away. It's just you're not relying on it anymore. And so if you create those opportunities for yourself, though, you're more likely to have it work out because of that inherent sense of luck. I know it's a little, it's just more like you aren't supposed to mentally think about it so much and just have and engage with it a little bit more and bring your intention, your energy into it rather than just relying on it all coming to you. Sorry. And so now what you'll gain from this season, we have you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. So this right here is just really affirming the fact that you will be able to achieve what you're asking for, and you will be able to lessen your anxieties around your interactions with people. And also a really big step is you're going to be able to feel calmer with yourself. Another message is that you'll be able to kind of stand in comfortable silence more. Like you won't be thinking like, oh, how are they thinking? Are they worried about this? Or like, should I say this? Should I do this? Do I need to entertain them? Instead, you're going to be able to stand in your relationships and your connections in a way that you are just more comfortable and confident. But it starts with encouraging more love into your situation. And something like this, because sometimes it is like, just, I think there was this time in life very recently where the conversation about loving yourself became a little bit more like toxic positivity. And so it's not something like, oh, you need to do this overnight. Honestly, like for myself, it took me, I want to say probably at least 3 years before I noticed I was actually willing to try it. And those 3 years, something I contributed to is actually smiling to myself in the mirror. It was so small, but I had to do it for so long, just inherently because of the way my bathroom setup was. Yeah, I won't get too much into it, but I just, whenever I see like a reflection or a person, I smile inherently. And through that process really helped open up my heart. So it is not something you have to be as active in, but just willing to partake in. Willing to bring things that you love into the situation. And another message with this is just doing more of the things that you love and loving yourself for doing it. So if there's something that like you think is, or I'm sorry, not you, but like someone else has said like, oh, that's childish, you should stop doing it, but that made you sad because you're like, oh, this is something actually I really love doing it, then you should keep doing it for yourself and encouraging it, and instead building up a better boundary with that person who brought doubt, because you are on the path of love. You aren't on the path of doubt. You want to encourage having more of that comfortability. And so in this way, just kind of like following more of your wins in general, no matter what other people say, can be more supportive to you in this moment. And it may start off like very small and silly, but it'll start becoming more meaningful. And it's just about taking those smaller steps and encouraging yourself to create your chances so that you can have that safe feeling inside of yourself. So you're not necessarily losing your luck. It is just more that you're not relying on it. It's not your first defensive weapon in this journey of growth. It is instead a supplement to the action that you're taking. All right, I'll leave it there. I want to thank you guys for being here. I want to thank you for liking and subscribing. Please don't forget to comment. Let me know how this is resonating with you. If you need any encouragement or if you need any kind of support, please feel free. Let us know. And I like being a problem solver. So if it's just really confusing at this time, you're not sure how to bring more love into the situation, feel free. We are building a very supportive community here. So I want to thank you again, and I'll see you guys next week.